Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Wrexham Glyndwr University's graduation ceremony. Before we start, please note the fire exits in this main hall. Wheelchair users and others with mobility issues, please note the fire exits for your use would be the doors nearest to the stage on your left or any doors on the right. For guests sitting in the balcony of this hall, your fire exits are through the main entrance door into the balcony or through the fire exit door at the front of the balcony seating on your right-hand side. For guests sitting in the Nick Whitehead Theatre, your fire exits are through the main entrance door into the theatre or through the fire exit door at the front of the theatre to your left-hand side. In the event of an emergency, marshals will direct you to your nearest fire exit and to the relevant fire assembly points. The ceremony itself will start when the harpist will play the processional music and the procession will enter the hall. At this point, the Chief Marshal will ask you all to stand. Please remain standing until the procession party is on the stage, when the Chief Marshal will advise you to sit. During the ceremony, the use of mobile phones is strictly prohibited, so please ensure all mobile phones are switched off or on silent. We ask you all to refrain from talking throughout the ceremony. If you have any children attending and they become restless, we respectfully request that you take them out of the hall. The ceremony will last approximately an hour to an hour and a half, and we ask that you remain seated as far as possible until the end of the ceremony to minimise disruption or disturbance for others. Please note, photographs can be taken during the ceremony, but we kindly ask that you do not obstruct the view of any guests or the aisles. At the end of the ceremony, the harpist will play again and you will be requested to stand while the procession leaves the hall. We would ask the graduates to join the procession as it leaves the hall, followed by their guests, and make your way to the Edward Clwyd Centre, where hospitality and refreshments will be available. Please do not leave the hall until directed to do so by the marshals, to allow procession time to clear the hall. We would ask that you arrange to meet graduates at the Edward Clwyd Centre after the ceremony and not in the main reception. We are delighted to be able to welcome you to the university today. We hope you enjoy the ceremony and your day. Thank you.
Croeso i Brifysgol Glyndwr ac i seremoni raddio y Brifysgol. Y bedwaredd o 6 seremoni i'w chynnal dros 3 diwrnod. Welcome to Glyndwr University and to the university's graduation ceremony, the 4th of 6 ceremonies to be held over 3 days. Y mae 2 ran i'r seremoni sy'n cael ei alw yn gynulliad y Brifysgol. Yn rhan gyntaf y cynulliad, byddwn yn derbyn yn gymrodorion anrhydeddus, unigolion a ystyrir yn deilwng o'r anrhydedd yma. Yn ail hanner y seremoni, byddwn yn cyflwyno tystysgrifau, diplomau a graddau. There are 2 parts to this ceremony, known as a congregation of the university. In the first part, we will receive as honorary fellows individuals that have been judged worthy of this honour. In the second half of the ceremony, we will be presenting certificates, diplomas and degrees. Wel, mae'n rhoi pleser mawr i mi wahodd Trevor Jones, canghellor y Brifysgol, i agor y seremoni y prynhawn yma. It gives me great pleasure to invite Trevor Jones, Chancellor of Glyndwr University, to open the ceremony.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, graduates. For many of you today, ceremony is the official end of your studies at Wrexham Glyndwr University and is marked by these formal proceedings known as a congregation, followed by informal celebrations in the Edward Llwyd Centre. The reason for this congregation is that degrees can be conferred, honorary fellowships awarded, and other business which concerns this university can be transacted. And so, by the authority given to me by the university, it gives me great pleasure to open this congregation of Wrexham Glyndwr University and to ask that the university proclamation be read. Thank you.
Hyder trwy addysg. Bydded hysbys i aelodau'r Brifysgol ac i bawb sydd yn bresennol. Y cynhelir heddiw ar y dyddiad yma, dydd Iau, y 7 ar 20 o Hydref, 2016, yma yn nhref Wrexham. Gynulliad awdurdodedig Prifysgol Glyndwr a Phrifysgol Cymru, i dderbyn yn gymrodorion anrhydeddus, unigolion teilwng sydd trwy ei gweithredoedd wedi profi ei hunain yn deilwng o barch y gymdeithas academaidd. Derbynir i'w gwobrau hefyd unigolion sydd trwy efrydiaeth yn y Brifysgol a thrwy ddisg, medr a dyfalbarhad wedi teilyngu'r cyfryw raddau yn unol ag ordeiniadau'r Brifysgol. Gyda phob gweddi a dymuniad ar iddynt fwynhau iechyd a hir hoedl i wasanaethu ei hoes a'i cenedl dan fendith y nef. Yna, dy oleuni a gyfyd mewn tywyllwch, ath dywyllwch a fydd fel hanner dydd, a rhai a fyddant ohono ti a adeiladant yr hen ddiffeithleoedd. Y mae digonedd o air ac o emau, ond geiriau deallus yw'r trysor gwerthfawrocaf. Hyder trwy addysg, confidence through education. Be it known to members of the university and to all here present that authorised congregations of Glyndwr University and the University of Wales are being held here in the town of Wrexham this day, Thursday, 27th of October 2016, to receive as honorary fellows worthy persons who through their actions and deeds have shown themselves to be worthy of the respect of the academic community. In addition, those who have, through study at the university and through learning, ability and perseverance, been deemed worthy of university awards in accordance with the ordinances of the university will be admitted to their appropriate degrees, in the hope that they may be given health and long life to serve their generation and their country under the blessing of heaven. Then shall thy light rise in obscurity, and thy darkness be as the noonday, and they that shall be of thee shall build the old waste places. There is gold and a multitude of rubies, but the lips of knowledge are a precious jewel. Mae Owain Glyndwr wedi ein hysbrydoli ni dros y canrifoedd. Tra roedd Shakespeare yn disgrifio'r dyn, roedd y bardd Cymraeg Iolo Goch yn disgrifio ei lys. Gorau Cymro, tro trylew, bia'r wlad, lyn bywer lew, gŵr meingryf, gorau mangre, a ffiar llys, hoff yw'r lle. The spirit of Glyndwr has inspired generations. The poet Iolo Goch described his court, while Shakespeare spoke of the man. He is a worthy gentleman, exceedingly well read and profited in strange concealments, valiant as a lion and wondrous affable, and as bountiful as mines of India. Wel, mae'n bleser gen I alw yn awr ar Pauline Amphlett ac Andrew Parry I gyflwyno Andrew Cheetham am gymrodoriaeth anrhydeddus. It now gives me pleasure to call upon Pauline Amphlett and Andrew Parry to present Andrew Cheetham for an honorary fellowship.
Y woba ora I un rwy'n sy'n gweithio ym myd addysg yw gweld llwyddiant I myfyrwyr. Nid dim ond yn arholiadau a ddiwedd y flwyddyn, ond yn ystod a hanner can mlynedd nesaf, oedd yn rhoi gwersi a dysgwyd ar waith a chael gyrfa llwyddiannus. Dyma'r reswm pan mae Brifysgol mor falch o gyflwyno Andrew Cheetham am gymrydoriaeth anrhydeddus. Mae llwyddiant Andrew Cheetham yn stori y bydda unrhyw brifysgol yn falch ohono. Oedd iddo astudio yn un o sefydliadau ar agflaenodd y brifysgol hon, daeth dawn Andrew i'r amlwg, I bawb yn awedig I tiwtoriad. Roedd ganddo dealltwriaeth glir o'r anghenion hysbysebwyr ac roedd gwreiddioldeb I feddwl yn ei wneud yn anochel bydd yn cael ei fachu gan un o brif gymnïau hysbysebu'r Deyrnas Unedig, yn syth ar ôl gwblhau ei astudiaethau. Ond nid oedd hynny'n digon I Andrew. Ar ôl dim ond ychydig o flynyddoedd o weithio I Gymru Fawr Manceinion, penderfynodd fendro a sefydlu I asiantaeth ei hun, Cheetham Bell ym Manceinion, a gynta ond yn 50 mlwydd oed. Daeth yn gyfarwyddwr greadigol ac fe'i cydnabyddyd yn fuan fel un o cyfarwyddwyr celf ifanc mwyaf llwyddiannus yn y Deyrnas Unedig. Yn 2014, cafodd ei benodi yn gydeirydd Cheetham Bell. Mae galw mawr am ei fewnbwd bob amser, a chymerodd Andrew rhan yn dros 400 o wobrau diwydiant, gan gynnwys gwobrau teledu mawreddog DAKD. Dweud wedi unwaith bod creadigrwydd heb strategaeth yn gelf, tra mae creadigrwydd a chanddo strategaeth yn hysbysebu. Dangosodd Andrew bod ganddo creadigrwydd 30 mlynedd yn ôl yn y sefydliad hwn. Dangosodd i gyrfa dyluniol bod ganddo hefyd y strategaeth. Fe'i anrhydeddir am ei gyfraniad i busnes.
The greatest reward anyone involved in education can have is to see the success of their students, not just in the end of the year examinations, but in subsequent years, as they put their lessons learned into practice and make a success of their career. It is for this reason that I was so delighted to present Andrew Cheetham for an honorary fellowship. Andrew Cheetham is a success story of which any university would be proud. While studying at one of the university's predecessor institutions, Andrew's talent was apparent to all, especially his tutors. He had a clear understanding of the needs of advertisers and an originality of approach that made it inevitable that having completed his studies here, he would be snapped up by one of the UK's major advertising companies. But that was not enough for Andrew. After only a few years of working for BDH in Manchester, he decided to go out on his own and set up his own agency, Cheetham Bell in Manchester, aged only 25. He became its creative director and was very soon recognised as one of the most successful young art directors in the UK. In 2014, he was appointed chair of Cheetham Bell. His insight has always been in great demand, and Andrew has been involved in over 400 industries awards, including the prestigious D&AD Television Awards. It was once said that creativity without strategy is art, while creativity with strategy is advertising. 30 years ago in this very organisation, Andrew showed he had the creativity. His subsequent career has shown he also had the strategy. Andrew is being honoured for his contribution to business. Chancellor, I present to you, for the sake of honour, Andrew Cheetham, Fellow of Glyndwr University.
Well, just some thank yous for me, really. Thank you to Pauline Amphlett for being so kind as to nominate me. It's a real privilege to be here today. And thank you to my mum and dad, who are in the audience, for giving me the ambition that has taken me so far, and for teaching me never to give up. Thank you to Barbara, my wife, for putting up with the hours that I've been at work when I should have been at home, and for standing by me through thick and thin. And thank you to University Glyndwr, or Glyndwr University, for taking a 16-year-old boy and giving him the confidence to succeed, and for the 30-year career that has followed. Thank you for the business that I helped build and the many dream clients that we have been able to work for. Thank you for the countless people whose jobs we've created and the families that we've supported. And thank you for the numerous awards won and the juries I've been part of. Thank you for the times that I've been able to say, I did that, and the great pleasure that it has given me. And thank you for making my family proud. And thank you for the opportunities my journey has given them. Thank you for the best start anyone could have wished for.
Wel, mae nawr yn rhoi pleser mawr i mi wahodd Linda Powell ac Andrew Parry i gyflwyno athro Graham Upton am gymrodoriaeth anrhydeddus. It now gives me pleasure to call upon Linda Powell and Andrew Parry to present Professor Graham Upton for an honorary fellowship.
Mae wyneb yr athro Graham Upton yn cyfarwydd iawn i ni gyd yn y brifysgol hon. Fydd hi'n gangallol dros dro o Chwefro 2015 hyd at ddiwedd mis Mawrth eleni, gan arwain y brifysgol trwy gyfres o newidiadau i'w galluogi i fod mewn sefyllfa llawer gryfach erbyn iddo adael. Treuliodd Graham i flynyddoedd cynnar yn Awstralia, bod y rhan fwyaf o'i refa wedi digwydd yn y Deyrnas Unedig. Roedd yn is-gynghellor hynod llwyddiannus ym Mhrifysgol Oxford Brookes, lle bydd un is-gynghellor am gyfnod hiraf yn hanes y brifysgol, gan arwain yn ystod y blynyddoedd ffurfiannol, cyn iddo ymddeol yn 2007. Cafodd ei alw o'r ymddeoliad yn 2010 i gymryd yr awennau fel is-gynghellor dros dro ym Mhrifysgol Cumbria, cyn ymddeol eto blwyddyn y diweddarach. A llynedd, cafodd ei alw o ymddeoliadaeth unwaith eto i ymgymryd yr un sefyllfa yma. Nid yw syndod felly iddo neidio aweren i Awstralia o fewn dyddiau o adael Brifysgol Glyndwr. Nid yw syndod chwaith bod galw ar Graham fel is-gynghellor dros dro. Mae lwyddiant yn y brifysgol hon yn brawf o hynny. Ymunodd â brifysgol ar adeg anodd. Llwyddodd i drawsnewid cyllid y brifysgol o diffyg ariannol sylweddol i waged o dros filiwn o bunnoedd yn ei flwyddyn gyntaf. Ailwampiodd ddarpariaeth academaidd y brifysgol gan gwneud un rhaglenni yn fwy deniadol i ddapamyfyrwyr ac adeiladodd berthynas gref gyda llywodraethau, sefydliadau sector gyhoeddus a'r gymuned. Roedd ei ddull hamddenol yn ysbrydoliaeth i bawb yn y brifysgol. Fe anrhydeddir am ei gyfraniad i'r brifysgol.
Graham Upton is a very familiar face in this university. He was interim Vice-Chancellor of this university from February 2015 until the end of March this year, taking over at a very difficult time for the university and leading it through a series of changes to allow it to come out in a much stronger position when he left. Graham's formative years were spent in Australia, although most of his career has been in the UK. He was a highly successful and longest-serving Vice-Chancellor of Oxford Brookes University, leading it during its formative years before retiring in 2007. He was called out of retirement in 2010 to take over as interim Vice-Chancellor of Cumbria University before retiring again a year later. Last year, he was called out of retirement once again to take up the same position here. It is no wonder, therefore, that within days of leaving Glyndwr University, he jumped on a plane to Australia. It is no surprise that Graham is in such a demand as an interim Vice-Chancellor. His success at this university is proof of that. He joined the university at a difficult time. He transformed the university's finances, reversing a significant deficit to a surplus of nearly £1 million. He overhauled the university's academic offer, making our programmes much more attractive to potential students, and built up strong relationships with governments, public sector organisations and the community. His relaxed approach was an inspiration for everyone at this university. He is being honoured for his contribution to the university. Chancellor, I present to you, for the sake of honour, Professor Graham Upton, Fellow of Glyndwr University.
Ganghello, East Ganghello, honoured guests, members of the Board of Governors, staff, students of the university. As you've just heard, I spent 14 months here as Vice-Chancellor of the university. And during that time, I officiated at many ceremonies just like this one, and had the pleasure myself of awarding honorary fellowships to a number of friends of the university. And it is actually very strange, but quite delightful to find myself on the receiving end of the process. I regard my time here at Glyndwr very much as the peak of my career, and I don't exaggerate that, I don't say it just for the sake of today's event. I worked in a number of universities in my career. As you've heard, I was 10 years Vice-Chancellor at Oxford Brookes University, but before that I worked in universities such as Cardiff and Birmingham, which are seen as elite world-ranked universities. And as you've heard, I spent a period subsequently at University of Cumbria. But the one which I can truly say I did enjoy most, and the one which I feel I achieved the most, was this one, Wrexham Glyndwr University. And when it was created formally back in 2008, Glyndwr represented the fulfillment of a long-standing dream to create a university in this very special part of the country. A dream of a university that was of and for this region. A dream that would build on traditions dating back to the opening of the Wrexham School of Art back in 1887. As you've just heard, when I arrived in the university, it was in serious financial difficulty. And that dream was actually at that time under threat. There was a real danger that that dream might turn into a nightmare and that the university may not survive. Now, you've heard a lot in that introduction about what I did. Well, it wasn't really what I did. It was the team that was around me. It's what they did and what we all did together to make sure that didn't happen. And what that team achieved in a remarkably short period of time was amazing. Someone once told me it was magic, and I said, no, it's nothing to do with magic. What made the difference really was the commitment and determination of people at every level in this university to turn it round and create that university everyone wanted and deserved. After a period which was tough, as you've just been told, we brought the university position where I've got every confidence now that it is a secure place and will go forward to continue to provide the high-quality learning and teaching that it's renowned for, and to promote the development and actual development of application of knowledge to the benefit of all those communities it serves. And it really is a great honour to be made an honorary fellow of this university. I was particularly pleased, though, when I saw the details of this particular ceremony, that it was to be a ceremony for business and computing students. Because in many ways, business development and high technology typify everything that Glyndwr represents in terms of the development of its students, but also its contribution to the real world, and particularly to the economic development of this region. Innovation and enterprise are to the fore both in the School of Business and in computing, both in the generation of new ideas, but putting those ideas into practice. And I hope for those of you who are graduating today, these are skills you've developed too during your time with Glyndwr. They're certainly going to be important skills in the world of work, and particularly of those of you working in the UK, as we look for ways to survive in a post-Brexit business world. More generally, I hope you feel your course has equipped you well for the challenges of that world of work. You leave here as a Wrexham Glyndwr graduate, and I think you'll find there are high expectations out there for you. But take confidence for having had what I think to be the best that is to be had in terms of training, and you join a special group of this university's alumni, including the previous honorary fellow, who play key roles in the world of business and high technology. Finally, I congratulate you on your graduation today. Some of you are local, some of you come from elsewhere in Wales, some from other places in the UK. I know some of you have come from other parts of the world, and I believe there's a group of you here today who've been studying in Hong Kong. Welcome particularly to you. It's a very special day today. Obviously, it marks your transition into the world of work or into a different career in the world of work. And I would like very much to wish you good luck in those careers, and good luck more generally also in your life. In conclusion, I would just like to thank Wrexham Glyndwr again for the honour it's bestowed upon me today. Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, my thanks to you and the university for making me an Honorary Fellow of the university. I am truly proud of this award and look forward to my continuing association with the university as an Honorary Fellow, an association as it continues to grow and mature as an increasingly highly regarded institute of higher education. Thank you. Diolch.
Bydded hysbys i aelodau'r Brifysgol ac i bawb sydd yn bresennol fod y Brifysgol wedi rhoddi'r awdurdod i'r Athro Maria Hinfela i dderbyn i'w graddau fyfyrwyr Prifysgol Glyndwr a enillodd raddau yn unol a rheolau'r Brifysgol. Gwelir enwau'r rhai y gellir ei derbyn i'w graddau yn y cynulliad hwn yn y rhestr printiedig sydd wedi ei ddosbarthu heddiw. Let it be known to members of the university and to all who are present that the university has granted authority to Professor Maria Hinfela to admit to their degrees students of Glyndwr University who have qualified for degrees according to the regulations of the university. The names of those who may be admitted to their degrees in this congregation are to be seen on the printed lists that have been distributed. Anrhydeddus is ganghellor. Cyflwynaf i chi y myfyrwyr hyn o Brifysgol Glyndwr i'w graddau, diplomau a'i tystysgrifau priodol. Honourable Vice-Chancellor, I present you these students from Glyndwr University to their respective certificates, diplomas and degrees. Diplomau Cenedlaethol Uwch, Higher National Diploma.
Sean Evans.
Baglor mewn gwyddoniaeth, Bachelor of Science.
Maverick Mitchell Hogarth.
Baglor mewn gwyddoniaeth anrhydedd, Bachelor of Science Honours.
Sanjok Gurung. Chandan Raunya, Dalagadsan Varatharaja. David Close, David Kloss, Thomas Davies, Jason Fleming. Jack Hunt, Maciek Janik, David John, Aaron Jones. Lewis Owens, Ryan Parry.
Enillydd gwobr BAFTA Cymru, winner of the BAFTA Cymru Prize.
Jack Penny.
Parhau yn awr gyda'r gwobrau baglor mewn gwyddoniaeth anrhydedd, continuing with the Bachelor of Science Honours Awards.
Adam Phillips, Philippe Valenza, Thomas Williams, Gary Fitzgerald, Terry Riley.
Enillydd gwobr Cymdeithas Gyfrifiadurol, winner of the British Computer Society Prize.
Mark Comerford.
Parhau yn awr gyda'r gwobrau baglor mewn gwyddoniaeth anrhydedd, continuing with the Bachelor of Science Honours Awards.
Tyrone Holbrook Harris, Jan Koopman, David Mandina. Jonathan Marshall, Jacob Midlack, Andrew Needham.
Enillydd gwobr cynhadledd, technolegau a chymwysiadau'r rhyngrwyd, winner of the Internet Technologies and Applications Conference Prize.
Jonathan Roke.
Yna parhau gyda'r gwobrau baglor mewn gwyddoniaeth anrhydedd, continuing with the Bachelor of Science Honours Awards.
Daniel Ryder, Damien Snowden, Paul Wheeler, David Vicha von Chanowski. Jonathan Williams, Jordan Young, Monia Ifat Ara, Jason Davis. Aaron Durban, Pradeep Gurung, Joanne Harding. Syed Hoque, Mubashir Hussain, Saiful Islam, Mohammed Nabil. Kelvin Osarenko Emien Rovby, Mauricio Silva Rojas, MD Jassim Udim, Johannes Ulrich. Sean McCarthy, Stephanie Williams, Bruce Lee, Joel Sherrington. Melissa Brymer, Alicia Griffiths, Richard Bond. Zoe Collier-Strutt, Angela Corbett, Rebecca Hughes. Rachel Jones, Veronica Sturton, Adam Wright.
Wel, fe gawn yn awr egwyl gerddorol yng nghwmni Mrs Ceinwen Roberts cyn i'r is-ganghellor anerch y cynulliad. We will now have a short musical interlude with Mrs Ceinwen Roberts before the Vice-Chancellor addresses the congregation. Wel hoffwn yn awr, wahodd yr is-ganghellor I roi ei hanherchiad. I would now like to invite the Vice-Chancellor to give her address.
Chancellor, Chair, graduating students, parents, spouses, friends, colleagues, honoured guests, fellows, members of the Board of Governors, ladies and gentlemen. Purananda, good afternoon. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you most warmly to the award ceremony at Wrexham Glyndwr University today, on what is a very special day for everybody, a day to remember, a day that you will never forget for the rest of your lives. It's a particularly special day for our graduating students. You are the reason for all the celebrations. It's a huge milestone for me personally as well, because this is my first Wrexham Glyndwr University's graduations week. I won't be able to say that next year. Gaining university degrees or awards is one of the highest personal achievements, and you should be proud of how far you have come through your hard work, your commitment, and how you have embraced the opportunity of a university education. To our graduates, I know I speak on behalf of all our staff and all our governors here at the university when I say congratulations and well done. I'm delighted at the chance to speak to you and to those who've travelled with you, to shake your hand, to congratulate you, and to meet you all informally afterwards. Obtaining a degree isn't easy. It's not supposed to be. It takes dedication, application, and hard work. There is definitely no luck entering into it. And the good news is, a qualification retains its value for a lifetime, unlike some currencies that we're witnessing at the moment. As we celebrate your achievements today, it's important that we remember all those who made your success possible. This includes, of course, your friends here at the university who will have given you support and encouragement. It also includes all the academic staff, administration, technicians, support staff, such as student services, estates, and the sports centre, who have helped you and supported you through your time here. And don't forget the library staff, who fed you intellectually, or the Scholars' Rest staff, who fed you physically and kept you hydrated and awake on those strong cups of coffee when you needed them. Equally, our tributes include the Students' Union, who looked after your interests and gently persuaded some of you to be the course reps, bringing the student voice to every level of the university. They also roped you into societies and kept you on the straight and narrow during whatever interesting things you may have got up to during your time here. It's also particularly important for us to remember those who helped to get you here in the first place. Teachers at your schools, perhaps, your employers who supported you financially or time-wise. And, of course, first and foremost, those on the home front. Whatever walk of life you're in, very few people can thrive unless they have a supportive environment around them. In your case, people who will let you get on with your studies, those who shouldered some of your responsibilities and duties in order to allow you the time that you needed, and also those who lent a listening ear when you wanted one. Those people deserve our thanks today, and you couldn't have managed without them. So on your behalf, I'd like to thank them all. So let's also see now and hear how much you have appreciated them. Could I ask all the graduates to please stand? And could I ask you now to turn around and face those behind you? And let's hear how much you appreciate their support. Thank you. That was really hard. You can sit down again now. Thank you. We're all entitled to feel pride in the achievements of someone we love, and I hope our guests here this afternoon are enormously proud of their son or daughter or husband, wife, partner, in some cases mother or father, because what they've achieved is fantastic. So I hope you experience great joy and pleasure in the success of someone to whom you are so close. During my first 6 months as the new Vice-Chancellor and Chief Executive, I've discovered some real strengths of the university. We have an incredible diversity of programmes across our 4 schools, ranging from engineering and technology to marketing, accountancy, social work, occupational therapy, psychology, journalism, the arts, music technology, ceramics, and many, many more subject areas. But they are not just a random collection of courses that happen to be in Wrexham or in London or at Northup. They share a common philosophy, a very special way in which they are delivered and supported throughout the university and throughout our 4 schools. The vast majority of courses are recognised by their relevant professional or regulatory body and focused on very specific and very practical fields of work. It's not surprising that for many years this university has done so well in the graduate employability ratings, which are collated by the National Agency for Higher Education Statistics, completed independent of the university. It's quite likely that all of you, as the 2016 graduating class, will be approached sometime in the next few weeks or months by this agency, and we would really like you to participate in the survey because we want to see how you're getting on and we want to know the true picture. Apart from this focus on practical and career-focused study, which is a common thread for all our programs, a second feature of Wrexham Glyndwr University as a small university is that we have an eye to the personal development of our students. I often hear people talk about the community feel at Wrexham Glyndwr University. And this also came out strongly this year in the National Student Survey, again, an independent and objective measure. At this point, I need to thank all of you who took part in the survey, which is aimed at students in their final year when they have formed an opinion. We received the results in August. I'm delighted to say that we jumped 5% in the overall satisfaction rating, now at 85%, and among the top 10 risers amongst universities across the whole of the UK. So out of all 127 universities, we're in the top 10 risers. We also did exceptionally well in the questions focusing on academic supports, probably due to this community feel that I just mentioned. In fact, we performed better in this area than some of the top universities in the land. So who would want to go to Oxford or Cambridge? But clearly, it wasn't all undiluted praise, and there were also questions in the national survey showing us areas where we need to improve. So we are working closely with the Students' Union, course reps, and the staff at the university to analyse all the information and to develop action plans. Moving on to the third distinctive feature of Wrexham Glyndwr University. This is our connectedness with the region. North East Wales is not only a beautiful place, it's a fascinating place. Being located where it is, straddled across the Welsh and English economies. We are right at the heart of this. We're active in cross-border business networks and platforms such as the Mersey Alliance, the North Wales and West Cheshire Chamber of Commerce, and we make tangible contributions to the North Wales Economic Ambition Board and the North Wales Business Council. But it's not all about business and the economy. We're also in close dialogue with the local authorities and the school system about creating better opportunities and pathways for school leavers, and with the NHS about future needs for the healthcare sector and how we can tailor our provision to those needs. Whatever your area of study, the likelihood is it'll be highly relevant in the context of the new North Wales Employment and Skills Strategy, which was launched by Minister Julie James recently. It's a very exciting piece of work, which identifies 7 growth sectors: advanced manufacturing and engineering, construction, energy and the environment, healthcare, the creative industries, food and drink, and hospitality and tourism. These priority sectors probably sound familiar, and that's no surprise, because they align very well with the 4 schools of Wrexham Glyndwr University. And what is more, there are projections for an additional 10,000 graduate-level jobs as part of this strategy across all these areas in the next few years, which is clearly good news for those of you looking to stay in North Wales. There should be plenty of jobs on your doorstep. But as I said before, today is all about you, our graduating students. Your endeavours and achievements are crucial to all of us. You have so much to contribute. We are living through nationally and globally difficult and complex times, economically, environmentally, politically and socially. The future horizon has shifted unpredictably to create much greater uncertainty. But I won't turn this into a political speech. That's for another day. How we all cope with that uncertainty and those shifting horizons, that's the real question. And the key to success, as in the often quoted old Chinese wish, or perhaps curse, is, may you live in interesting times. I'm sure that each of you graduating today have been on a personal journey, and today marks the completion of one more successful step along the way towards those interesting times. I hope we have equipped you well to cope with all the challenges and make the most of the wonderfully exciting opportunities that will be coming your way. Education is more important than it has ever been. We need people with recognised and respected qualifications so that others can trust their judgment and expertise. We have graduates here today from Wales, from the wider UK, from other EU countries and beyond. You may rest assured that your degree from this university is recognised around the globe, wherever your life takes you. And university qualifications actually do even more than giving you an excellent basis for your chosen career. International studies by the OECD have shown that there is a direct link between higher education and a person's health, well-being and active citizenship. Fortunately, higher education is no longer the privilege of a lucky few. So what are you going to do with your degree? Some of you might decide to carry on with your studies. We have quite a range of taught master's degree programs here, and we have bursaries on offer. As part of an agreement with the University of Chester, we also support doctoral research programs. And these are linked to our areas of recognized research strengths in applied science, computing engineering, social and life sciences, creative arts, and of course in business. I'm confident that during your studies you will have developed new skills and knowledge. I hope you will also have learned something about yourself. I'm sure there will have been times looking back over the past few years it was all plain sailing, and also times when you were in rough waters. I hope you will have learned from all of that, and you will also understand that success doesn't come easy, but requires effort, commitment, and determination, and a little inspiration too, and that will continue once you've graduated. Finally, I hope you will look back on your time here as enjoyable, rewarding, and a rich experience. You now leave us with the ability to grasp your future positively for yourselves, your families and friends, and for your communities. I wish you every success in your future career, but most of all, I wish you pob luck, iechyd, a hapus roed da. Good luck, good health, and happiness. Diolch yn fawr. Thank you.
Anrhydeddus Isganghellor. Cyflwynaf i chi y myfyrwyr hyn o Brifysgol Glyndwr i'w graddau, diplomau a'i tystysgrifau priodol. Honourable Vice-Chancellor, I present you these students from Glyndwr University to their respective certificates, diplomas and degrees. Tystysgrif uwchraddedig, postgraduate certificate.
Donna Pritchard.
Meistr yn y celfyddydau. Master of Arts.
Natalie Bennett. Helen Edwards. Katarzyna Kondrat. Julie Simmons. Sophie Vaughan.
Meistr Gweithredol Gweinyddu Busnes. Executive Master of Business Administration.
Leanne Edwards. Robert McCubbin. Jack Miller. Hugh Mills. Thomas Murphy, Naomi Rennie, Ian Roberts. Raymond Squire, Helen Stott, Juan Torres Carrot.
Meistr mewn gweinyddu busnes. Master of Business Administration.
Mohammed Afzal, Tanjed Ahmed, Tania Akhtar, Mohammed Abdullah Al-Mamoon. Nakash Ali, MD Abdul Awal, Ishtiaq Chowdhury, Sun Wah Chu. Ambika Dahal, Mohammed Habib, Danushka Harath Wasala Modalige. Mozammel Hossain, Rasidi Mohammed Humayun Al, Wing Ha Leung, Mao Pidul Islam. Tanjida Islam, Zahidul Islam, Martin Jones. Jaswinder Singh Jura, Mabeen Kalampatu Baby, Wing Chong Lao. Se Lung Le, Gambong Li, Se Ting Loi. Puspanjali Mahajan, Mohammed Rikas, Mohammed Mohideen, Abdul Moni. Sharmeen Morshed, Mohammed Nadeem Shah, Supana Nandi, MD Nazrul Islam. Shinedu Nwafor, Victor Okpekpi, Ashish Paul, MD Sharifur Rahman. Rathi Ruby, MD Saifullah Shafi, Ishrat Sharmina. Sathish Nirmalkant Subramaniam, Ishtiak Ahmed Talukdar. Namit Takuri, Mohammed Tengum Tode, MD Gias Udin, Jing Ya Wan. Loi Wan, Chow Lan Wan, Poi Man Wan. Su Ping Zen, Ali Babwiya, Siddhartha Bandari. Richard Baxter, Hannah Crowney, Rosalie Davis. Richard Griffiths, Louise Utteridge, Harriet Wilkinson.
Meistr mewn gwyddoniaeth, Master of Science.
James Brown, Anton Karnev, Olga Kosura, Maria Svortsova, Marina Smantsa. Andrei Zhilayev, George Carr, Stephen Engelhart, Holly Benfield. Karolina Pilinska, Kinga Prutsnau, Natalia Zayemblowska, Linda Jones.
Da ni am ychwanegu un arall, we will add another one, Meistr mewn busnes gweinyddiaeth, Master of Business Administration.
Cameroon Nair Sonia.
We now come to the most formal part of the ceremony. It's the point at which we confer the degrees or other awards on you and you become graduates. Throughout the afternoon we have been referring to you as graduands, which means those about to be graduating. So in a little while, in a moment, you will be graduates. At some of the older universities in England, this will be done in Latin. In most new universities across the UK, it's done in English. And here, because we are in Wales, we're doing it in Welsh. So the orator will ask me to confer the degrees and all their privileges on you, which I will do. Then she will ask me to do the same again for those who are not present here today, and we will do that in absentia.
Ga I ofyn I chi gyd godi os gwelwch yn dda. May I ask you all graduates to stand? Anrhydeddus isganghellor. Cymeradwyaf I chi dderbyn y myfyrwyr hynny i'w gwobrau ac I holl freintiau'r graddau hyn.
Trwy ardurdod y brifysgol ar ymddredoed I mi, derbyniaf chwych gwobrau ac I holl freintiau'r gwobrau hyn.
Anrhydeddus isganghellor. Cymeradwyaf I chi dderbyn yn ei hapsenoldeb y myfyrwyr hynny a enwyd yn rhannau priodol y rhaglen i'w gwobrau ac I holl freintiau'r graddau hyn.
Trwy awdurdod y brifysgol a ymddiriedwyd I mi, derbyniaf I rhai a nhw doed yn o'i habsenoldeb, hiw gorbrau ac I hol Frenchair gorbrau hyn. That's it, you have your degrees. Congratulations. Please sit down.
Wel, gai ofyn yn awr I gadeirydd bwrdd Llywodraethwyr Prifysgol Glyndwr, Maxine Penlington, I gyflwyno gwobr I fyfyriwr nad ydyw'n graddio heddiw. May I now invite the Chair of the Board of Governors of Glyndwr University, Maxine Penlington, to introduce an award to a non-graduating student today.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have already heard from the Chancellor and the Vice-Chancellor of the importance of celebrating the hard work and success of the thousands or so individuals who are receiving their degrees, diplomas or certificates over these 3 days. And I'm sure you'll have realised from the warmth of the applause today how much delight we share in your achievements. We also need to remember, though, that at this very moment across the university, there are thousands of students still studying and working hard towards their goal next year or in 2 or 3 years' time of sitting exactly where you are today. Their outstanding achievements should also be recognised. And so the university has a number of prizes for students who are still studying, and I'm delighted, therefore, to ask the orator to read out the name of the student who will be receiving a prize today.
Gwobr Israddedig DTCC am gyflawniad academaidd cyffredinol mewn cyfrifiadura. The DTCC Undergraduate Prize for Overall Academic Achievement in Computing. Baglor mewn Gwyddoniaeth Anrhydedd, Cyfrifiadureg, Bachelor of Science Honours, Computer Science. Jasmine Hughes. Wel, hoffwn yn awr wahodd y canghellor I gair cynulliad y prynhawn yma. I would now like to invite the Chancellor to close the congregations.
Ladies and gentlemen, the granting of an academic award brings with it privileges and, of course, responsibilities. Through your hard work and diligence, you have joined a distinguished society of scholars. As the Chancellor, I look forward to hearing of your exploits when you leave the university to go very near, some of you, some very far away. But you'll always be part of this university, and we will watch your progress with a great deal of interest and hope you make a huge contribution to whatever community you go back to. I would also like to add my personal congratulations to those of the Vice-Chancellor and the university. In doing so, I formally close this congregation of Wrexham Glyndwr University. Thank you very much. Good afternoon.
Wel, gyfeillion, dyna ddiwedd ein seremoni am y prynhawn yma. Cynhelir cynulliad nesaf Prifysgol Glyndwr bore fori. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes this afternoon's graduation ceremony. The next congregation of Glyndwr University will be held tomorrow morning. Gai ofyn I chi gyd sefyll, os gwelwch yn dda, ac aros ar eich traed, hyd nes i'r orymdaith gan gynnwys y graddedigion newydd adael y neuadd. May I ask you all to stand and remain standing until the procession, including the new graduates, has left the hall. Diolch yn fawr iawn I chi. Thank you.